is probably the best one-pocket player that's ever played the game. So obviously, I kind of like Reyes a little bit. But in a short race to 3, anything can happen. But it seems like that it's not really happening that way, because here we have the 2 of the finest one-pocket players in the world still left in the tournament. So that short race to 3 hasn't really bothered neither one of these guys.
The cream rises to the top in almost all of these big tournaments. These top professional players seem to always find a way to win, and Efren has done it in a very powerful fashion. Well, we're looking forward to it, Billy, and thanks very much for sitting in. We're excited to be here, and we're getting ready to have an introduction by Ken. Okay, well, we right now we've got the table being maintained and cleaned up for a few minutes, and they want the conditions to be just right. The lighting's been tweaked, and the balls are being set up for the leg, and I think right now they're getting ready to. Ken Schumann will be introducing the players, and. Okay, well, we've got a little break here, Billy, and. Any other?
We were just informed that Reyes has just taken or Shannon, that is, has taken a break, and we have a few moments to chat a little bit. Both of these players, they play so well, particularly in the later stages of a tournament. And this is the late stage of this tournament. That's proven with their credentials. Efren Reyes wins just about every finals one-pocket tournament that he's been in, and Shannon Daulton. He seems to have a pretty high batting average as well, so this is going to be a very interesting match. Shannon's really not going to be intimidated with Reyes, as most players really are. As a matter of fact, I was talking with Jim Weiss and in a match with Reyes and Perica, and he said that neither of these players are really intimidated with one another, and which I disagree, because there's always some sort of intimidation factor, especially when you're a guy like Reyes or Shannon Daulton. So they're going to have to settle down a little bit and get into the game that they enjoy playing, because they're going to be a little intimidated with one another, and that's one of the keys to winning is who settles in more comfortably and the quickest.
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, I wonder how long it's going to take these 2 particular players to settle in and groove their stroke and be smooth.
And what puts so much pressure on these players is that they really can't afford to make many mistakes considering who they're playing. So therefore, the pressure is really mounting, especially in this semifinal match, because of not only the shortness of the race, but the quality of the players. So very interesting match coming up. Very interesting.
Yeah, so it may come down to who handles the pressure the best. That'll be the one who seems to get into stroke the quickest and starts playing his best game. Efren has played a couple of matches on this TV table, and he's played flawlessly, and he's dominated the game completely. The other players just haven't really had a chance to be competitive.
Well, Efren has a way of doing that to his opponent. He freezes him in the chair. He's probably more 8 and outs than anyone that I've watched play the game in one-pocket tournaments, and I think it was the DCC. He was in the finals. I guess it was against Jason. I don't remember. He ran 8 and out 3 consecutive games. I mean.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and
Jason, the bank pool player.
Yeah. Right. He ran 8 and out 3 consecutive games, and the match took about no longer than 30 minutes. And I interviewed him, and he told me he got lucky.
Well, he stays with that line, and he says it with a smile on his face with such sincerity that you can't help but laugh and like him. Efren's a very humble man, and in spite of the greatness that he's brought to this sport, he remains a humble man, and it's just a pleasure to see a person like him that plays so well and is able to handle the almost idol status that he has in the pool world, and with such humility.
He's a wonderful person. as well as he plays the game obviously on the table, that's as good of a human being he is.
Oh, that's marvelous to hear you say that, Bill.
Really, and I've known him for a long time. I played him when he first came into the country. I think it was in the 80s. Matter of fact, let me share a short story with you. In Red's pool room in Houston, Texas, and I'm sure you're familiar with Red's in Houston, Texas, that was the first tournament that Reyes played in. He came in from the Philippines under the name of Cesar Romales.
And you were there?
No, I wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
See, at the time, I really wasn't playing much pool. I was living in Las Vegas, and I was doing a lot with sports in Las Vegas and playing very little pool. But nevertheless, I was still in touch with the players that were playing the game, and I was kind of like up with what was happening in the pool scene.
Right.
Anyways, I got information that this Asian Spanish fella was playing in the Reds in Houston and beating everybody. You know, we're talking about great players, you know, Buddy Hall and Mike Siegel and
Jersey Red.
Yeah, everybody. He so Jimmy Rimpey and, you know, all these guys,
goodness.
you know. So I called up Jimmy Rimpey and I said, what's happening down there? I hear I'm getting a daily report that this Cesar Romales is not only winning the tournament, but he's beating all these players. What's he doing? And Rimpey said, well, nothing really special. He's got an old pump stroke, you know. I don't really see anything special about the guy. No, I'll finish this story later.
Everybody,
good.
Welcome back to the Galveston World Classic, coming to you from the Moody Gardens Hotel right here on Galveston Island in Texas. I want to say a thank you to the promoters that have made this incredible pool event possible. Taylor Road Productions, Bobby Roan, Clark Roan, Louis Vicchio. How about a big hand for those guys? What do you say? We've got kind of the match of the century here for you, probably until the next round anyway. So we're going to get this right underway for you. And again, we thank you for watching here live in person and for everybody who is worldwide on the internet. This is the hot seat match. We started our one-pocket division with 88 of the greatest one-pocket players in the world. There are 3 players left in the tournament. You're going to see the hot seat match right now. Waiting to play the loser of this match is Cliff Joyner. That match will be tomorrow, as will the one-pocket final. That will be on Thursday night. The one-pocket final will be Thursday. You'll see it live right here on the Galveston World Classic website. All right, our first player. He is the owner and promoter of the Great Southern Billiards Tour. He is from Greenville, South Carolina. This gentleman holds 3 Legends of One Pocket titles. He's a former Derby City all-around world champion. He's a former Derby City 9-ball champion. He's a former world pool champion. He is sponsored by Nick Varner Cues and Cases, the Delta 13 rack, Tiger Products, Inside Pool Magazine, AZ Billiards, and Mastered Chalk. He's known as the Cannon. Let's hear it for Shannon the Cannon Daulton. His opponent, the most famous name in professional pool in the last 30 years. This man is a 4-time world all-around champion. He holds 5 Derby City one-pocket championships. He recently won the Villar Cup. He just also recently won the World Cup of Pool with his partner Francisco Bustamante. He is sponsored by San Miguel Beer, Puyat Sports, and Jack Justice Cases, the legend himself, the magician, Efren Reyes. Gentlemen, lag for the break. This is a race to 3 games for the right to play in the finals Thursday night.
Keep in mind, Joey, the winner of this lag is going to be really having an advantage in this match because the break in one pocket, particularly on freshly covered tables, is very strong. Reyes really lagged weakly. Look, he's looking up in the air saying, what happened to me?
Mr.
You know
Daulton wins the
that
lag.
could be a big lag right there.
I see what you're talking about. It's a short race, and anything can happen from here.
You know, I think that had a little bit to do with nerves, by the way. You know, I mean, the break is very, very, very big in one pocket, and he didn't even get the ball close to that bottom cushion. So therefore, you know, he really didn't didn't have the feel that he normally does on the leg.
Billy Incardona.
Now it's important for Daulton to get out of the gate quickly against Reyes, and he's got the opening break. It's going to aid him in his ability to do that.
I think Efren's had an opportunity to play on this table, and he knows about how fast this table is. The table's been rather quick, and all of the players have had some difficulty adjusting to the speed of the table, and they've been over-rotating the cue ball for shake. So Efren's got an advantage in that area. Shannon did come on the table about 30 minutes before the match and was practicing here, so he got in some time, so he's not going to be at a complete disadvantage, but we'll see how his break comes out right here.
He opened up the balls reasonably well, but not really. You really want to have a ball on both cushions near your pocket. He doesn't have a ball if you see on the other cushion where the 8 ball is positioned. That's the only ball over there. So therefore, getting out of the break for Reyes isn't going to be that much of a problem here.
He didn't waste any time trying to move that 8 ball. He went straight to the balls that were closest to Shannon's hole and made an attempt to get rid of them, to move them around, but he didn't do too good of a job because that 6 ball's sticking out there like a sore thumb.
I don't know how much of the 6 ball he can really see. If he can see the left-hand part of the 6 ball, he may opt to go into bank the 6 toward the 9 and then reposition the cue ball back into the stack. I don't know if he can see enough of the 6 ball to do that.
No, he can only hit a portion of the 6. He's going to have to jack up and hit the 6 into the stack, I believe. Yeah, that's what I expected from him. I didn't. The monitor was blocking my the cue ball. I couldn't see that he was so close to the rail. I thought it was going to be a big blast at the stack, but he had to be a little careful with that shot.
And what I brought up before, the positioning of the balls after the break, notice on the rail that the 8 ball is on.
Sure.
Or near. Had there been another ball down more toward his pocket, Reyes wouldn't be able to come off the 8 now. That's why I said when he didn't really open up the balls well, when that's going to be easy for Reyes to get out of the break. See, now he's eliminated the only ball he has on that rail on his side of the table, making it now easier for Reyes to get out of the trap. If he's in another trap, he'll be able to position the cue ball up table
on that foot rail, on the head rail.
Yeah, because there's no balls on this side of the table. So Shannon's really got to try to do something in positioning balls here, or repositioning them.
Looks like he doesn't like that 8 ball on Efren's side of the table.
You know what he's looking to do? I think he might be looking to come off the 13 ball with the cue ball and go across table back into the stack.
Well,
I mean,
wouldn't he leave a cross bank on the 8 ball with that? I mean, there's no ball that easily goes into Shannon's pocket that I can see unless it's the 8-14 and it passes the 12.
Well, but the thing is, Joey, if he can go back toward the stack with the cue ball coming up at 13, give him the bank on the 8 ball, because it's going to be a difficult bank, and if he misses it, you're going to have a nice cross corner to open up some balls and put some balls in front of your pocket. He can only get 1 ball, even if he does bank the 8, but he can put you in a pretty good position to really create some problems for your opponent. If that's what I would do. I would come off 13 and try to reposition the cue ball in the stack.
He's looking at something rather hard.
Well, he's looking to move balls here. Okay, that wasn't bad. Even though he left Reyes the ability to shoot the red 3, the pink 4 is near his pocket, so therefore Reyes got to be really careful in what he does here. He's looking at playing a combination, 5-4 combination bank, and then probably draw the cue ball back to where it is now, if he can do that.
Well, he's got to worry about getting that 5 ball out of the way, too. That 5 ball kisses on that 4 or runs into the 1, he's in deep trouble.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. It looks like it's laying on that angle where there's going to be a kiss, but he can avoid the kiss if he hits it thinly, I think. but he has to get the cue ball back near the stack where it is now. Oh, he would.
Oh my goodness! Look at that! Look at the number of balls that he moved to his hole, Billy.
Well, he went forward, but he didn't have the angle to go back. But nevertheless, good results with that particular shot.
And in one shot, the game is facing a different direction.
No, Shannon's in a lot of trouble right here. I mean, I'm talking about a lot of trouble. I go up table and look up that way to find out if I could put him up there.
Maybe bank the 3 and put the cue way up there? Is that what you're thinking about?
I'm thinking about getting up there the safest way possible, because right now, cue ball control is about the utmost importance. Really have to have great cue ball control if you want to put him up table behind the 8.
Well, I was just looking at 214 and where the 4 ball lays, and it's possible that that 214 might make a triple ball combination just as easy as pie anywhere on the table.
Well, that's the point. You always got to look at the stack to find out if you do choose to put him up table, you don't leave him a dead ball. If the 214-5 is or 4, if the 214-4 is not on, I would be looking to put him up table. There's only one other shot, which is a very high risk shot. Is that to go rail first behind the orange 5 and then go behind the 4 that way. But that shot has to be hit perfectly.
Shannon just took a real hard look at that 214-4 shot, and then he took a second look at maybe bumping the 15 and moving, shaking him up, as Buddy Hall would say, and moving that 2 off in that 14. I think he's concerned about it.
He can go rail behind the 5 and then into the 4. Hopefully hit the bottom part of the 4. That's a very difficult shot. But you know what? I don't know what else he has. I mean, he really doesn't seem to have much.
Is this crazy about hitting the 6 ball and drawing the 6 into the 4?
Well, that's real good. If you brush the 9, you scratch. I mean,
right.
But
you have to make a perfect carom. Well, like you said, he's got some difficulty ahead.
He sure does. I wouldn't want to be him. Maybe I would, because he's already in almost the finals. But I wouldn't want to be him in this spot.
What about kicking into the 9 and just making the 9 off from the 4, or shooting it directly into the the pocket? Just kick right into it.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a natural angle to do that. The 8 ball's in the way of the natural angle, so he'd have to spin the ball into it that way. Yeah. It's really, you're asking way too much that way.
Well, here's my, and he's looking at my original shot that I was talking about, maybe cross banking the 3 and putting the cue ball way down at the other end of the table. He's glancing at it. Sometimes when I get in a one-pocket match, and I'm not, the best one-pocket player on the face of the earth for sure, but, sometimes you just have to, take a chance. It's early in the game. It looks like Shannon doesn't want to take that chance, and he's going to try and kick at this 4 ball.
This is not a bad shot, providing he can straighten it out. He can't afford to have the cue ball slide here. He has to hit underneath the 4 here. He's hit it very well. Very nicely executed shot. It didn't seem like he did that big of a deal with that shot, but you know what? He's bought himself some time. The next time he comes back to the table, he may have something a little bit easier to deal with.
Well, he clipped that 5 ball just now barely, and if he had clipped it just a tad more, the cue ball would be out there right in front of the 4. So
Reyes can't come off the 5 ball because of the position of the red 3. He has to respect the 3 ball, and he probably has to.
You don't think he'll kick this 3 ball and go let the cue ball float to his side?
Oh, no, I believe he has to come off the 3, because he has to. He cannot. He's going to come back down behind the 1 here. Watch the cue ball control here. I don't know if he got where he needed to be.
Shannon's looking hard, but
he certainly is giving Shannon more air than he wanted to give him, to delight Daulton, obviously, because Shannon say, well, I'm not totally locked up. I do have some sort of an out here.
Well, if he clips that 5 ball again, it's likely that he's going to give Efren a whack at that 12 ball.
Now, he can always go up table now because of the position of the 9-4. You know, but it's something that, as a last resort, he'll look at. He's going to try to figure out if there's anything available for him down here other than to go up table. But if he can't find anything, if he doesn't feel real comfortable with something down here, I look for him to go up table, because the 9-4 is laying awkwardly in front of Reyes' pocket. I don't believe he'll be able to pocket it.
Well, at 214 is still sitting there looking at that 4 ball, not quite as pretty as it was before.
Yeah, from my vantage point, I don't think that's on, but you know,
yeah,
I really can't tell.
Yeah, the 4 has moved a little bit.
That was a beautifully executed shot. It was he elevated and half massayed it. He really put all his eggs into being able to massay that ball accurately, and he did exactly what he intended to do. It was a very difficult shot. It appeared to be simple, but it wasn't simple by any means. Very nicely executed shot. He's working his way out of the break here, Joe.
Well, that's one of the great things that the great players do. You know, they don't panic like trying to shoot that 3 ball I wanted to shoot. So that's just another example of the great players having patience and not selling out early.
And skills.
And skills.
And I said he's working himself out of the break. I made a mistake there. It was he broke the balls, and Reyes turned the break around. He was working himself out of the return around on the break.
Exactly.
Two balls in front of Reyes' pocket, almost 9 feet away with the cue ball near the bottom cushion. You know, still big problems for Daulton here.
He has to control Whitey.
And being so far from the 9 and 13 with the cue ball, it's not easy to do. And the angle that he's looking at is not really a good angle. I don't think there's a good side of any of those 2 balls, the 9 or the 13, that he can shoot. Coming off the 3.
Well, I thought he would come off the 8 rather than the 3, but so be it.
See, when you're close,
taking away, maybe trying to take away a bank on that 8 ball or the 11.
See, when you're close to a ball like he was with the 3 ball, really hit it accurately, and he felt that if I hit this ball accurately, I can reposition the cue ball in the area that it ended up in. And once again, it's the understanding of the game plus the skills to do it. He would like to reposition the cue ball behind the 1 once again. That would be the ideal spot. But I don't think he really likes that, because it's that the angle that he has is a tough angle, and also considering the position of the cue ball in relation to that bottom cushion, he's going to have to dig down and try to finesse it behind the 1, and that's not really an easy shot at all.
Well, if he tries to hit that 6 ball and put a little spin on the cue ball to get behind the 1, he's liable to knock that 15 out also and make that a playable ball for our Shannon. Well, all you internet viewers out there, y'all are witnessing a really 2 great players and a great game here. It started off very tough.
And notice what he's doing here. It looks like he was trying to take an intentional scratch. I don't know if he was doing that or what. I thought he was looking to do that. He's not going to make a mistake. He would like to reposition the cue ball behind the 1, but that's a high risk, very difficult shot. And it's a shot that he knows how to execute. But in this short race to 3, in this first game, particularly when the balls are positioned in Reyes' favor, he's going to control his position. He's going to protect it. He's going to do something simple. See, he took an intentional scratch.
Wow.
It's not often that you see Reyes do that, but he kind of likes the position of the 9 and the 13. He would have liked to have gotten the cue ball closer to that end cushion, but he wasn't able to do that. But he's, like I said, he's not going to do anything high risk right now, because the balls are in his position, or is in his favor. They're positioned very nicely for Reyes. He's not going to do anything to allow Shannon to turn this particular game around right now.
Shannon going to try and go past the 8 and put the cue ball in the same spot again?
Oh, that's very difficult shot right there. I don't think he's going to do that. Maybe he's in trouble. He might even hit the 8 off the 11 here. Oh, he followed through it. That was a very nicely executed shot.
Moved one ball towards Efren's hole, but still.
But that was a great shot. Look what he did with the cue ball from the position he was in, and also repositioning the 15 ball by his pocket on that rail. Super strong shot. Nicely executed shot. I tell you what, these guys are really playing well.
It's great to see them playing well right at the beginning. It doesn't look like a set of nerves have set in, and that they've settled in to play in their primo game.
And if you look back through this rack from the beginning of this rack, and look at all these fantastic shots both of these players have been making, you know, I'm really impressed. I mean, how well they're playing. You know, Shannon was in a lot of trouble when he kicked into the 4 ball. Beautifully executed shot coming off the 8, opening up balls on his side. Reyes making that good power shot, putting all the balls in front of his pocket. This is a very, very good game.
We've been here, what, 5-10 minutes already, and not one ball made?
This is a very good game, particularly for Reyes. If he can win this game, then he'll have the break the next 2 out of 3 games. And Shannon, he must win this game.
He desperately wants to get behind that 1 ball. Boy, if he gives Shannon a whack at that 14, ooh.
Well, if he allowed Shannon to see the 14, you know, Shannon's not going to do anything extra special, but he's going to try to get the 14 possibly into the balls. But most importantly, he wants to put the cue ball behind the 9-13.
Mm-hmm.
See, therefore, on this shot, you must play cue ball. Let the balls go where they will.
Well, he's looking at trying to carry him the 14 into the 6 and into the pocket.
He's got to play cue ball here. He's got to get the cue ball up. Well, see, he wanted to get the cue. If he would have gotten the cue ball behind the 9-13, he would have taken away every out for Reyes. So that shot, he should have played cue ball only. Let the balls go where they go. Play cue ball only. If he would have locked him up behind the 9-13, he would have probably won the first game. But he's allowed Reyes to see the green 6 or the 15.
Well,
now that's
a great
the
shot
difference.
there.
That's the difference right there. He should have played cue ball behind a 9-13 instead of the balls.
Mm-hmm.
He played too much ball instead of cue ball.
And
now
that
he
one
finds
simple
himself,
mistake cost him a position that he was getting in. He was in very good shape to turn this game around.
And now he's got to figure out a way out of this trap, and it's not going to be easy at all. Considering the way the balls are positioned, he's really in a death trap right now, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, if he attempts to bank the 7 and gets down there behind that 3 ball, the 3 ball goes, and the 9 goes, and the 13 ball may even go past the 5. So yeah, he's in deep trouble, and he doesn't have anything that's, you know, a guaranteed winner. That 14 might carry him off from the 1. Do you think that that 14 could slide into the 1 if you hit it anywhere, you know, on the table?
Well, how's he going to hit the 14 into
well, no, I'm talking about if Efren doesn't give, if Efren gives the shot back to Shannon without running some balls. Is the 14 a shot?
No, I don't believe it. I don't. Either one's
is that a shot that Efren has to worry about?
No, I wouldn't think so. But I don't think it's going to get to that point. I kind of like coming off the red 3, I think, and trying to use the 11 and 6 as blockers. Because if he repositions the cue ball well enough behind the 11-6, I don't think he can make anything.
And if he goes to that ball, which I like that shot, Billy. That's a nice shot. I like that a lot. If he goes to that 3 ball, do you think that Efren will try and touch that 11 ball and move him around a little bit so that he doesn't have that problem in the future?
No, Efren's going to try to put him back in the same position some way.
Behind the 14?
Some way.
Well,
because that seems to be You can't get out of that position. Right now, he can with the 3 ball. Banking the 7, it's not that bad of a choice considering the situation. If he makes the 7 and he's an excellent banker, he's got a shot at him.
Right.
But very low percentage shot, high risk shot, obviously, but certainly worth it if he's able to put it down.
If you do shoot the 3 ball, do you shoot the 3 ball and barely touch the 3 ball, or do you shoot the 3 ball hard enough to get it to the back rail?
From my vantage point, I don't know where he needs the cue ball to go after contacting the 3. I will go down there and take a look at it. If I rolled it, does he have enough room? Does he have enough room to pocket the 9?
It doesn't look like it.
Okay, well then I would come off the 3 then, and I would just roll it onto the 3.
Just barely hit the 3. In other words, not move the 3 very much at all.
If he does that and he can't pocket the 9 after that that's what I would do. Now I think he's gonna. I don't know what he's
trying to make that 7.
I don't think so. I don't think he's banking at it. Oh, yes he is. Wow.
Right in the hole. Right in the hole.
Look, you know what? The shot that you pointed out before was obviously there. He sold out the 3.
Yep.
By banking the 7, the cue ball's going in that direction. What Shannon thought was this. I'm going to go for my pocket here. If I happen to miss the bank on the 7, there's a chance that I may not give up a shot on the 3. I'll reposition the cue ball closely to the 3, and if I'm really unlucky, I'll give him a shot.
Right.
But you know what? I got a good chance to not give him a shot, even if I don't make the bank. And that's exactly what happened. Now, I don't know. Let me see what options he has now. No, he's not going to shoot that. He's not going to shoot the 2. He's just not going to shoot the 2.
He's looking at the angle, see if there's a chance. He'd have to put low English to get to that 5 ball, and then he might scratch off the 5 and go in the corner.
Okay, well, if he shoots the 2, he's going to shoot it like this. He's going to try to go behind the 5 ball with the cue ball.
Yeah.
Okay? He's not going to shoot it hard. He's going to lag it, and he's going to play cue ball. He's not going to play the 2. He's going to play cue ball.
Oh, yes. Okay. Is he going to have a left-hand spin, or is he going to use
low to get to it?
Yeah,
he's going to have left-hand spin.
Okay.
That way it gives him more margin for error after hitting the bottom cushion. See, by hitting with a left-hand spin, he can hit it He can hit it a little bit badly and still end up kicking the 5 away from the pocket with a nice soft speed. Now he's trying to move balls. He's moving balls here.
I don't like it.
See, he's moving balls. That's okay. He's moving balls. Okay? As long as he repositions the cue ball behind the 11 and the 6, he can afford to shoot it like that and move balls because, good things can happen for him. When he's worked himself out of that death lock that Reyes put him in behind the 114. Reyes would like to put him behind the 114 again. I don't know if he has the ability from the angle that he has to kick behind there, but if he does, I look for him to do that.
That 3 ball, was that not made in Efren's pocket?
Yes, it was, but I think he owed one.
Yeah, but what's it doing on Shannon's side?
Well, the people at home, they can't see where the balls are in the ball rack.
Maybe it slid over or something. Yeah.
No, it was. Yeah, I think it was accidentally put in the wrong side of the table. Okay, if Efren has the angle to kick behind the 114, that's what he'll do. But I don't think he has that angle. I think it comes up short. This is a tough shot for him to shoot right here. No, I don't like that shot. He's going to just hit this very softly. I don't know if he has the angle to do this though. You see? You see? I knew he didn't have the angle to do that. And I don't know. I tell you what, Shannon has played brilliantly in this first game. Even though, he broke the balls and Reyes was able to turn the break around. Every time Reyes put Shannon in trouble, Daulton had an answer.
Well, he made a great shot on that 7 ball. He was fortunate that the 7 ball fell, because if it didn't fall, it was Katie bar the door. The 3 ball was wide open in the corner pocket, and lots of balls by Efren's hole. So a great shot, and Shannon continued the game, and well, now,
there's a lot to be said not only about how difficult of a shot it was, but having the ability and understanding that what was available.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. No, Shannon, when he shot that bank on the 7, finally came to the realization that, hey, listen, I got to go for my pocket here. I know it's a very low percentage shot, but I'm in such a bad situation right here. Sometimes you gotta, do what you gotta do.
Sure.
If you gotta do it, do it.
Right. He went all in on the shot.
Exactly. And got paid off for it because he's a champion.
Yep. Well, unfortunately, I saw the cue ball slide a little bit when he made that draw shot just now on the 14. The cue ball stood there for a second and kind of slid and then rolled back a little bit. So, the cloth is slick from the, heated lights in the new cloth.
He's got some problems now. He's got some problems now. You know what? He got a little careless on his opening shot there. He could have won the game, the first game, if he would have just gotten back a little bit further than he did.
Yeah.
I thought he just, he just misjudged that shot. Or else he didn't put a good stroke on the shot. Sometimes, you don't want to overdraw it, and hit with a little finesse. He didn't put a good stroke on the shot. He didn't hit the cue ball accurately. He didn't get down underneath that cue ball with a nice little stroke. So forth. He really is going to pay the price for that, because that's gonna hurt him. In a lot of ways.
Do you think that it was the position of the tip on the cue ball or the speed of the stroke that caused him to miss that shot?
It could have been either. I think that if he would have got down a little further on the cue ball underneath and got more backspin on the ball with the stroke that he used, I think he would have gotten back. But I just think he hit the cue ball higher than he should have.
Right. Well, Shannon's leaving that 6 and 11 alone.
He made that ball. Oh my! I thought he made that ball. Oh. He hit it so well. Boy, he just played some great one pocket up at that point. So of the two players, I think Shannon has played a little bit better than Reyes, because Reyes, really misjudged that kick badly. Should have cost him the game there. Shannon's been really playing well. He's going after the 5 here.
Well, like Shannon did with the 7 ball, going after the 7, Efren decided to take a shot at a not so easy shot, and didn't make it.
Okay, there's a lot of distance between the 9 ball and the cue ball. He would like to pocket the 9 and come across for the 13. He does have a slight angle on this ball, Joe. Not a lot, but he's going to have to hit this with a good, firm stroke and force it over. But most importantly, he's going to have to pocket the ball. This shot is, when missed by overcutting it, because you want to get over. You have to hit it with a good, solid stroke here. See, he don't like it too much. He would rather shoot the blue 2, but now's not the time to do that. Make sure you make the ball.
I wonder if he's looking at banking the 4 into the 12. Just stopping the 9, stopping the cue after he makes the 9.
Well, that's a good thought. He's probably looking at a lot of things right now, but he wants to get on that 12 ball. He's got to hit it with a good, solid stroke and get over.
Oh, and he did. Oh.
I don't think he's ended up with a shot here.
No. A 3-ball combination.
I'll tell you what he does have, though. He does have a billiard on the 7 ball off the 5. Okay, if he can shoot that with a little bit of a draw stroke. And if he makes the billiard, he's got the 12 ball.
You don't think that cue ball is going to float out there and give him a shot on the 4?
No. If he billiards it with a draw stroke, there's no chance. And he'll probably stop right where that 7 is. There, he's looking at it. He's looking at it now. He's looking at it now. That's the shot.
I'll tell the viewers out there, I know that Shannon couldn't hear Billy. We're pretty far away, and we're up in the air, and we've got a great big piece of plexiglass.
But this is the shot right here.
It'll be a 3-cushion challenge match at 6 o'clock. The one-on-wonder from Turkey versus
Great call, Billy.
See, now if he makes that ball, you know, he hits it. He would have hit it a little thinner. The cue ball would have then been up table a little bit further, and he would have had a shot in the 12. Now he left Reyes somewhat of a kick here, if that's available. I don't know.
It doesn't look like the 12 goes directly into the pocket. He might be able to get it towards his hole, but I don't know if he'll risk hitting it.
But he has
hard.
to kick it, Joe. He has to kick it softly because he can't leave the combination for Daulton.
Right.
He's not playing well. He's not playing well at all. I mean, that's 3 shots now that really, he's hit rather poorly. So therefore, between the two players, I think Daulton has certainly settled in much more comfortably than Reyes, at least up to this point. Reyes is very fortunate to still be alive in this first game.
Well, I think Shannon's stellar play at getting out of some of these traps that he's been in has got something to do with that.
Absolutely, absolutely. He definitely feels Daulton's presence at the table, which was evidenced in a couple of those shots out there.
He mentioned, Efren mentioned during the interview that Shannon had beat him in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, at the Legends of One Pocket, the tournament that I actually played in, and. My first match in that tournament was with Shannon Daulton, and Shannon had come in fresh off the airplane, and I had been practicing for 30 days, 6 hours a day like a demon, and barely knew one pocket. But I got up and I shot at my hole, and I was lucky enough to beat him 4-2. And Shannon was so steaming hot that he come through the losers bracket and beat 10 champions in a row and win the tournament.
Okay, Daulton should have moved some balls there. The position of the 11 and the 6 would have aided him with his positioning of the cue ball. He should have definitely moved some balls there, sending the cue ball up table toward the 8. But he didn't. He played rather timidly there, and he's allowed Reyes probably to put him behind those. I think I would come off the 2 ball here if I was Reyes. I would come off the 2 ball, reposition the cue ball behind the 12-7. Okay, right now Reyes got him in trouble again. He's repositioned the cue ball solidly behind the 7 ball, and which really limits Daulton on what he can do. So Daulton's got another problem right here. Joey just mentioned to me that the 3 ball, which is positioned on Shannon's side of the ball count rack, is not supposed to be there. It's Reyes' ball, but he has it. I don't know if that's the only way they have a keeping score. Reyes obviously hasn't recognized the fact that the 3 ball belongs to him and not Daulton. But in the meantime, Daulton at the table. Tough shot. Do you see what he did there, Joey?
My goodness, look at the shot.
Okay, now Shannon Daulton hits those types of shots when you have to elevate like that. He's one of the best executors in the world at that type of a shot, which was evidenced once again. He's playing for 2. Had he not had the 3, he would be playing for 3. I think they're keeping score other than the way the players are keeping score. Let me see. I think someone else is keeping score as well.
Yeah, I just wonder if that's the proper thing. I guess a tournament director has a responsibility, or a referee has a responsibility for telling the player what his score is. But I don't know how. I'm not too sure how I feel about that just now.
Okay, actually Joey's correct. Shannon only has 7 balls. The throw was accidentally moved to Daulton's side of the ball, and Daulton was awarded with the ball. But Well, anyways, it's a moot point anyway. The game's over. First game belongs to Daulton, Joey. So going back through that first rack, you have to believe that Daulton certainly has prepared himself to play and is quite confident and comfortable where he is.
That's he's played flawlessly to get out of those traps and to shoot the shots that he's shot. You know, he's proven that he's a champion.
No, Reyes, on the other hand, you know, regarded as the best player in the world today, and for that matter, for the past 20 years, and especially playing this game of one pocket, played rather roughly. So, you know, he's got to pick up his speed. He already trails 1-0, short race to 3. He must pick up his speed. This break is very crucial for him.
You know, Billy, it's possible that we mistook the 3 ball going into Efren's pocket at the beginning of the game, but I thought sure Shannon shot that. One of the internet viewers is saying that the 3 ball was made by Shannon, but the 3 ball was down there at that corner pocket and was facing into Efren's pocket, and Shannon used that 3 ball to knock balls away from Efren's pocket. So I think it fell into Efren's pocket, but we could be mistaken.
Yeah, no, I've been mistaken many times in the past, especially as in recent years, because I'm getting up there in age and my memory's not that good. But I don't remember seeing that happen. You know, I know my eyesight won't fail me, but I don't remember that. I just assumed that it was pocketed like you were in Reyes's pocket, but we could be wrong. Anyway, it's 1-0 in favor of Daulton. And let's see what he has here. He's going to position the cue ball in the stack, move the 1 and 15 on his side of the table, possibly.
Oh, okay.
Wow. I didn't even see that. How could he do that? That ball really slid. I don't think he played that. What did he do there? I wish we could go back and take another look at that shot. He must have hit the point or something. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what he has, if anything. I tell you what he could do here. He could go off the 4, come off the 4, reposition the cue ball down the other end of the table, using the 9 and the 10 as blockers for the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's his pocket. What am I talking about? I thought I would have been playing for the other pocket.
Pocket switch, huh?
Yeah, I mean, of course I didn't remember what happened with the 3 ball last game. I don't remember where his pocket is. Now Daulton's in trouble here. Whenever your opponent has 2 balls on both sides of his pocket near the cushion, you have a problem if you can't see either ball. He is in deep trouble here. Deep trouble. But you know what? He's been in deep trouble before in this match and had the ability to turn it around. But he's in deep trouble here. The 8 ball is a big ball for Reyes as well, because even if he gets out of the trap somewhat with the cue ball down table here, he's going to bank the 8. Well, he's got to hit this accurately here. He's going to move balls here. Wow, he played that shot.
That's a fantastic shot.
He played that shot. I'm talking about a really world-class shot. He played that shot. That was absolutely perfect hit and a great, imagination. The guy played that shot. He realized if he hit that shot on the 10 ball, it would knock the 3 away, but he had to do it.
It was a pressure shot, and right after the shot, the cameras weren't on Shannon, but I saw him take a really deep breath sigh of relief.
I'll tell you what, that was one of the best shots I've seen in quite some time. I'm talking about quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
Reyes is really feeling it now because to have your opponent in a position that Shannon was in, only to see him turn around and do what he did, sort of like takes a little bit away from you as his opponent. Wow. I mean, what do I have to do to this guy? Look what I've done to this guy up to this point. You know, I mean, take a look what he's done to Daulton to this point, and look what Daulton's done, as a counter.
He played fantastically.
This is really a performance by Daulton. I mean, I'm really, really impressed with the way he's been playing here. We're talking about some beautifully executed shots and some well thought out shots. I'm talking about shots that aren't really, that recognizable. And for him to execute those types of shots with that imagination is really remarkable. Freezing the ball to the 10. You know, he's doing what he wants to do. He didn't freeze it to the 10. He's left on the orange 5, but had he frozen it to the 10, can you understand what kind of a position he would have had Reyes in?
Absolutely.
Now, this is another very tough shot here. Reyes really can't afford to do something extra by trying to position behind the 11. I don't think he has the room to do that. If he does, it's not much room. He's going to have to do something simple here. Maybe to the 1, freezing it on the 1 here.
By the middle diamond.
Well, right on against the 1, possibly. He's got to do something simple. He had no choice but to do something simple there. He couldn't try to draw back behind the 11 because margin for error wasn't very much at all.
All right. Well, he came pretty close to that middle diamond.
Oh yeah, well that's good. I thought he could freeze him on the 1, but you know what? If he would have done that, Shannon could have cut the 11 in. But Shannon's left-handed; he wouldn't have been able to reach it.
Well, yeah, he could have got a bridge out, but I'll tell you what, Shannon's has that cue aligned underneath his left eye. I'm talking about directly under his left eye every shot. It looks like Shannon's been losing a little weight, too. He looks like he's shrinking. Might have something to do with his game, being on top of the game.
That's a good point. I mean, he could be on a health care.
Right. Might be going to the gym and getting a little exercise, dieting, eating some good food, living a good life.
You know what? The way he's played up to this point, if he was doing what you're saying, then I think that's advisable for other people to do that, including myself.
Exactly.
But, he's really playing beautifully.
You've been known to hit the gym a time or two.
Well, not lately.
Well.
Simple follow through the 3 ball, put him behind the 8. Oh, that's not bad. As long as he can't see the green 6, he's fine. He's going to probably end up coming off the 10, just hitting it very, very thinly, softly, just like that. As long as he doesn't leave him the 11, he'll be fine.
He doesn't have to hit it hard enough where he caroms into the 6 and then caroms a cue into the pocket. He just has to try and miss the 6 and hope that he slides past the 6. If he hits the 6, well, he doesn't hit it hard enough where it's going to slam into the pocket.
Yeah, but you don't want to hit the 6, you leave him the 11. If he can thinly hit the 10 and miss the 6, that's what he'll try to do.
Oh, I'm sure.
But sometimes that type of a shot is deceiving, very difficult to execute because it just you quite often hit more of the ball than you intend to, and end up going into another ball. This has to be hit very thinly and softly. See, he doesn't like it because he's afraid of contacting the 6.
Well, the 10 ball could hit the rail and bounce right back off. The rails are pretty responsive, and it could bounce right back off. If he hits it, a little too fat, that 10 could come up, bump this cue ball right into the 6. You don't expect that, but we can't see from here. But it looks like it's either, you know, an eighth of an inch or 1/16 of an inch off the rail.
No, he was able to do it.
Yeah, no problem.
He's left him the 11, but the angle that he's left him, I don't think that he can bank it. I don't even know if he has the ability or the angle to hit the 11 where he needs to hit it to bank it. But even if he does, I think it's on the kiss angle, so therefore he has to look elsewhere. He would like to, he would like to reposition the cue ball close to the 11 and 3.
I agree with that shot. I think he can touch the 1 and go in there, but we'll just have to see what he chooses to do.
He would like to do it off the 12 ball because that's the ball that's closest to him, which offers him the best sight.
You know, kind of like that shot early on in the game that Shannon had shot when I think it was the 3 ball that was closest to him, right? Instead of shooting the 8. I got you.
Oh, he went offense. No, that's going to cost him here.
Wow.
The 3 ball goes, and Shannon's going to cut the 3. And if he ends up with a shot after he cuts the 3 in, he's going to probably win game number 2.
Yep.
I don't like the way Reyes has played this match up to this point.
It almost looks like Shannon's going to try a carom. I don't get that.
I don't either. Unless the 3 ball is more difficult than what it appears. If he's going to make the carom or shoot the carom, what he wants to do then is softly roll it in.
Softly.
Yeah, and reposition the cue ball underneath the 10.
When you're using a bridge like this, Billy, oftentimes it seems that you don't hit the cue ball with as much power as you really expected. So, you know, if he tries to shoot this ball really softly, it's possible that the 3 ball may not even reach the hole if he shoots it softly like I'm thinking.
Well, he's going to go underneath with the 10 with the cue ball, so therefore he'll be all right.
Oh.
Well, he didn't even go up a 10 with the cue ball.
My goodness.
Okay, now he has a decision to make. I don't think there is a decision. He's going to bank the 4 ball. There's no question. He'll bank the 4 ball. He'll draw into the green 6. If he misses the bank, he won't sell out anything straight in like the 10. But he's going to bank the 4 here for sure.
You think he's going to put a little hit the left side of the 6 and spin up for the 1-2?
No, he's just going to bank. He's going to bank the 4 ball and.
What's the next shot after that?
Well, whatever.
He can't make the 8. Can't make.
The 1 goes.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Spin up. You know, he's going to have to spin around the 12.
Well, he's not going to spin too much because he doesn't want to lose the cue ball.
No, he didn't get up there, so let's see what he's
going
to do.
He'll take his chances now with whatever. I
don't like it.
He made the shot he wanted to make. Now the presence of the 10 ball may preclude him from pocketing the 8-11 if he can't get the cue ball back. So he would like to shoot the 8-11 combination, but the 10 ball says, no, you're not going to shoot the 8-11 combination. I'm over here. And if he can get the cue ball back, he'll shoot it. Oh, he could get the cue ball back and nicely.
Beautiful shot. Oh, the man's playing perfect pool.
Yeah, he's certainly the more comfortable of the 2. That's obvious. And it's obvious that Reyes is probably going to have to win 3 games in a row to win this match.
Well, ever since I've seen Shannon play, he's always exuded an abundance of confidence in his game and his ability to play, and under any conditions.
Yeah, that's certainly been witnessed with his championship play. With the in finals of tournaments, and those are some of the more difficult conditions when you're playing in the finals. Those are the most demanding conditions you can have because you only have one chance to win all the marbles, and he does quite well in that type of a situation. Well, it looks like his run is over. Reyes has escaped this without losing this game, but I don't like the way Reyes has played this match. He made a couple good shots, but he's done a couple uncharacteristic things that I didn't expect him to do that's cost him the first game and probably this game as well. if Shannon continues to play as well for the remainder of this match that he has up to this point, I don't think Reyes has a chance. And if he continues to play this speed with the survivor of the next match, which should be between Reyes and Joyner, I still make him the favorite because he hasn't done anything wrong.
Right.
And has done a lot of things right.
Well, he's kept his wits about him in difficult situations and fought tooth and nail for every little inch of the table. And
well, he's had the courage and the skills to select and execute the most difficult high-risk shots, that you could. I mean, they were very, very difficult and high risk, and he did them perfectly. That says a lot. Usually, when a shot is high risk and difficult, you don't do well with them. He hasn't done nothing but well with them.
Every single one.
Well, I don't think you can consider that an error, but maybe he should have gotten the cue ball back a little further toward the end cushion, even though it was a little unlucky for him to have pocketed a ball like he did. Had he gotten the cue ball back, he wouldn't have had to be worried about that unforeseen thing.
And the count's 6-0 in favor of Shannon Daulton. He leads the match 1-0.
Yeah, and he's playing so well here. There shouldn't be any problem cutting the two in. But he has to be concerned about going two cushions cross-side and scratching here. Always going the other route. He played the safe route. He says, no. I'm not going to allow any carelessness here. I'm going the safe route. If I get this ball beyond the hill. Reyes is a desperate man right now, which was obviously evidenced in that attempt. He's going to shoot at a lot more high-risk shots than normally. Daulton knows that, so he's going to put the squeeze on him. He's going to reposition balls out of play and squeeze Reyes, knowing that Reyes is probably going to go after some shots that he shouldn't be going after. And that way, Daulton will end up getting the two balls that he needs to win game number 2. But of course, that hasn't been done yet.
Well, the magician is going to have to find another hat because he needs two sets of hats for two sets of tricks here. One set of tricks is not going to make it.
Reyes never was good at the squeezing game, the waiting game. Mm-hmm. Okay, he likes to run balls. Shannon understands that.
That's not too good either.
Well, once again, Joe, that was a possible. I mean, very, very a low percentage as far as doing it, but possible. So therefore, you have to get the cue ball back down table. Now he's been guilty of not doing that twice, and it's cost him the first time. Unfortunately, I mean, it didn't cost him that time.
Look at this.
Well, Shannon was a little overly careful on that shot. He didn't want to lose the cue ball for the one ball. Right then he should have went for the pocket, and then totally disregarded the presence of the one.
Shannon's not even looking at the 3 ball. I mean, Efren's not even looking at the 3 ball.
He'd probably spin this in. I'd spin it in and reposition the cue ball somewhere by the 8. Oh.
Well. I haven't seen Efren play like this you know, and I don't think I've ever seen him play like this. That wasn't that difficult of a shot. I mean, look at Shannon. He's practically freezing the cue ball on the rail. You know, everything's, you know, clicking. That's a 12-cylinder engine he's running there.
And he's in a lot of trouble right here. See, now he has to accommodate Daulton and move balls down table.
You've got to help him.
Yeah. You know, in trailing 6-0, that's the last thing you want to do. But when you're forced to do that, you know, it's so frustrating.
Shannon might hit the 2-10 and come back down the table, give him a long distance shot.
That'd be all right. He might end up shooting a 3 into the 8.
He could shoot the 1 over and spin the cue, but
Look, he's putting another ball out of play, it looks like.
side pocket. Oh, he's all right.
Reyes is looking over there, but there's nothing there. There's nothing there. So so now he's going to look to tie up Shannon's balls. But you know what? He's not really doing anything to increase his chances of winning the game, but he didn't have the ability to do anything because of the Shannon put him in positions where he needs to do something simple but not effective. You know, Shannon's doing his job. He's forcing Reyes to do exactly what he wants him to do. Two cushions, down table with the cue ball, a little short of the mark, but still okay, very effective because of the position the ball's on Daulton's side of the table. Reyes can't even take a flyer bank because of the 5 and the 6 ball and the 14 on the other side of the table.
He's going to hit that 6.
Yeah, Reyes once again has to do something real simple, but you know, not effective. He wants to tie up some balls here, which he didn't do.
Didn't do. Wow.
Now Daulton's got a night that has a bank on the 6. I don't know if he's going to shoot it because of the 5.
And the possibility that if he puts a little English on that 6 ball, it might carry him into that 9, and all hell might break loose.
Yeah, but sometimes, you know, you shoot shots because you feel you have the ability to make them. That's coming out a little bit.
Close shot.
Is he banking at this? Well, I didn't think he was.
Efren's biding his time. He's not doing anything extravagant. He's not shown desperation just yet. Desperation hadn't set in.
Well, Joey, he hasn't even had a desperate shot to shoot. Come on. Wait till he gets one before you say something like that.
Well, he had that. You see that two. You see that 2-ball shot that he's got. He could have banked that right in his hole. That 2 off the 10. That carom bank. Well, I mean, you know, really.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's a desperate shot.
Yeah, I've seen that made like once. Look, he didn't even get to the rail that time.
Oh my God.
He didn't even get to the. Oh, come on, he didn't even get to the rail.
He's getting weak. I'll tell you what. I've never seen Efren in this predicament, not you know, match wise, but I saw Cliff Joyner play Efren, and he had Efren 3-0, and Cliff ran 7 balls and shot the 8th ball. The cue ball went 2 rails and scratched in the corner pocket, and Efren, you know, needs 8 balls and 4 games to win it, and does. So we'll see what happens.
I don't know if there's going to be a tape available before this match. Is there going to be a tape available for this match?
I feel certain that there will be.
If there's a tape available for this match, I mean, you really owe it to yourself to purchase that tape, whatever the cost, because Shannon Daulton has played magnificently in the first 2 games of this match. And to watch some of the shots he's executed and to really look at some of the shots and try to recognize what he did and why he did it is very rewarding in itself. I mean, he's really played some brilliantly thought out and executed shots there.
There's a possibility that this match may even go on television.
Well, I don't know. This is one of the first shots that he's played that I kind of disagree with. But you know what? If he's going to play it, I like his chance. Look what he's done here.
Look
what he's done here. No. He didn't do that.
No. They're going to have to start calling him the magician.
Uh-huh. This is really superb play here. I mean, it's just so beautifully played by Daulton. This particular.
I don't think I've ever seen Shannon play this perfect. You know, I mean, he's been in some difficult situations that, you know, most players would have folded under the pressure, but, you know, he's stood up to it and performed flawlessly.
There's the one hit it hard enough to scratch right down. See, this shot here, if you hit it hard enough, you can scratch right in the pot you're hitting over. No, he softly stroked it in.
Just another great shot.
Wow. I tell you, he certainly deserved to be ahead 2-0 in this match.
That's for sure.
There's no question about it. He's come to play.
Well, the score is 2-0, and it's a race to 3. For those of you who have just joined us, I'm Joey A. from the Internet Pool Forums, and I'm here with Billy and Cardona, and we've got a few sponsors that we'd like to thank for sponsoring this fine tournament, the Galveston World Classic Tournament. They're Predator Cues and Poison Cues, Simona's Cloth, Aramith Pool Balls, Ashley Furniture, a non-billiard sponsor here, you know, putting up some great furniture as prizes for some tickets that they're selling, and Hertz Car, Inside Pool Magazine, Radio 1, Billiard Factory, and ProPool.com stats, with Ron Huffman and Bob McFerrin and Mike Moon providing some stats for us. Billy, you said that break was going to be important, and it has been important, but Shannon took control of that last game and made the score 2-0 and is breaking on the 3rd game. He's got a chance to shut Reyes out.
Well, he certainly has a chance to shut him out, that's for sure. It's leading 2-0. There's no problem getting out of the break here.
You see the 14 or the 15?
Well, yeah, he can come up to 14. There's not a problem getting out of the break.
Well, I don't think a return shot is a difficult problem either, though. Reyes chose a different strategy this time, and
well, there's nothing wrong with that shot. It's probably a better shot than coming up to 14, because you took a ball away from your opponent's side of the table, repositioning it on your side of the table, not leaving him a shot. So now he's got to do something here. Yeah, he shot a shot similar to this earlier in the match off the 8 ball. I don't know if he's going to shoot that shot. I'd look him up to 13 possibly, because shooting this shot here, you might end up scratching if you don't hit it well. He's going to stop the cue ball, I guess, huh?
He's going to follow, huh?
Yeah, he did, right. He did it again.
Uh-oh.
That was a very similar shot than the one he shot with the 8 ball before in game number, I think it was 1.
Efren stands a chance of banking the 6 into the 15 if he can get past that 5 from our angle. We can't be sure that he can bank it into the 15, but I'm sure he's looking hard. Look at this. Nice shot.
Well, he's going to have to come up with a lot of nice shots because Daulton seems to have the answer for most all of them.
So far, that's been the case.
Okay, now he's in a lot of trouble here. I think he's going to have to buy some time. He's going to have to try to freeze the cue ball behind the 15, not leaving him anything, and possibly get something on his side of the table.
Might knock that 5 into the 10 ball.
Got to play cue ball here. Just like that. You've got to play cue ball.
He was hoping for a 10 ball.
Right. But most importantly, Joe, whenever you don't have much margin for error with the cue ball, and it's very crucial because if you err, you lose. You must play cue ball and totally disregard anything else. You have to play cue ball. If you can play cue ball, you've done your job, and that's what he did.
He did.
Another very, very intelligent shot by Daulton. And if you notice, that's just as good as making the ball, or maybe even better.
Absolutely. The 5 is sitting over on his side of the table as well.
Reyes took an intentional scratch, which was also the right shot, putting Daulton back in trouble again this time. You see, there's not too many places Daulton can reposition the cue ball to stay out of trouble.
He's going to shoot the 8-14 now. No? Oh, he's wrong pocket. I switched pockets on him.
Looks like he has the 9. He has a shot on the 9 ball.
I didn't know he could get past the 7. Oh.
And he hit it perfectly once again.
Every shot.
No, this match is definitely Daulton's match, considering how well he's playing and how subpar Reyes is playing. It's hard for me to believe anything else is going to happen other than a Daulton winning this match. And he's got a good opportunity to do it right here. He would like to play position for the 15 here. Oh, no, he didn't do that. See, because if he played position for the 15, you can go into those balls real nicely. This way, I don't think you can get it unless you open those balls up, and he's going to have a hard time opening them up, considering, the balls that are available for him to pocket. He's going to try to regain a good angle on the 7 to go into the balls here. And he's going to end up too straight. And that's going to be the problem, at least for him running out. That doesn't really have a problem. He wanted to run out.
With Shannon leading the match 2-0 and a race to 3, the ball counts 3-0 in favor of Shannon Daulton.
He's going to have to really force this with a good hard stroke.
You called it, Billy. Very firm stroke there. Stunned the cue ball over just enough.
Yeah, I think his run is over. Even though he has a bank on the 8, there's no chance of him doing that, I don't believe.
Oh, he's going to cut the 4 and run into the 1.
I don't know about this shot.
And come for the 6 and 11.
I don't know about that shot.
Not enough juice.
Okay, Reyes, now's your opportunity. The window is open here, or the door is open, I should say. Do what you do best, and that's run balls.
And the score is 4-0 in favor of Shannon Daulton.
I see 7 balls that he can get right here. He would like to shoot the 8 into the 14, playing position for the 15, to play position for the 6 in the 11. So So if he can get a nice angle on the 15 ball after pocketing the combination, he can then reposition the cue ball behind the 6 and the 11.
Yeah, I like that shot. And the 8 will be sitting close to the pocket after he makes the 14 as a backup.
He has to look at running some balls, which obviously he does well. Now he wants to get over further. Well, he didn't do that. Now he's going to lose his backup ball with the 8. He's taking that away.
Yep.
Now this shot here is a very important shot because he has to get the correct angle on the 15 ball to float nicely for the 6 and 11, which he doesn't have much room to play position for the 6 and the 11 because he's taking away what Joey says his backup ball. So therefore, very, very crucial shot right here coming up, getting the correct angle on the 15. Too far. He's too far. Now he's got to do something special here. This is not easy. He wanted more of a natural angle. I don't think he has it.
Does he follow or does he draw?
He's got to draw it back, I believe, for the 6 and the 11. And this is a very difficult shot because the speed of this shot is not natural. The cue, because see how he's going to elevate and he's going to hit it with a good speed here, and it's not natural speed. And it's not a natural angle, but he made it appear that way, but it wasn't.
Does he shoot the 6 ball and try and go into the 3-5 to move the 5 towards his pocket?
If he has the angle on the 11 that he's going to go into the 6, if he draws it, he may shoot that shot you're talking about. Because then he limits himself with his ball production off the 11. But if he has a good straight-in shot on the 11, then he can draw for the 13 and 2.
No, well, yeah, he could shoot the 11 ball and go for the 13-2 right now. Yeah.
Okay, now he's looking to shoot your shot. It's like possibly, I don't know. Yeah, he's looking to shoot your shot. That's exactly right. Now, if he would have had a good angle on the 11 to miss 6 by drawing it back, he probably would have shot that shot. He obviously didn't have that angle, so he had to create some things, which he's a master of creativity and creating things.
And the score is 4-4.
And that's no good.
Oh, no.
That's no good.
Oh, no.
No, he let up on the stroke on that shot. He let up on the stroke on that shot. He's really unhappy with the way he shot that shot, and I don't blame him. But of course, that shot isn't the easiest of shots. But it was a very demanding shot. He really didn't put the stroke into that ball that he needed to put. Now he has a choice to make. Do I give him this ball or do I try to get it out of the pocket? I think he's best if he gives him the ball.
He didn't hesitate.
Yeah, that's the ball that Reyes is owed. Well, he's back in this game, Joey, 5-4, only trailing by 1 ball. I didn't like the way Shannon shot that 11 ball, I believe it was, or the ball that he didn't pocket, the 4 ball.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He was in complete control of the match. He didn't have to shoot that ball. He could have knocked the 14 ball away from Reyes' pocket, really locked him up because he was frustrating Reyes, with his really solid play and his not giving up anything attitude. But he didn't do that, and it may end up costing him this game. No, he's not going for this ball. There's no chance of that. He looked like he was, but the way he addressed the table and the stroke that he was using, but he's not going for this ball. Just put it on your side of the table, reposition the cue ball on the end rail. He did go for the ball.
Look how he's going for it, too.
He did go for the ball. I didn't think he had the angle to do what he did. I thought he was going to go into the 1 with the cue ball by going for that ball, but evidently that wasn't right. I mean, I wasn't right with that.
I don't see a shot here for him that's, without great risk. 13 ball.
But he
12 ball, whatever that is.
Right, he has tied up this game, though, five balls apiece.
I don't see this ball going.
Well, he can actually straighten it up because the ball's straightened up good in this table. He even had a lot more room than that.
Right.
He wants that to drop.
Got lucky. Yeah, he
wants that to drop.
He's glad that happened. But Shannon's got a little two-railer here if he wants to try it.
It's the kind of a two-railer that he may get a kiss with, Joe.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to put a stop shot on this and leave Efren close to the 3-ball in case the 13 doesn't fall or.
I kind of like, I don't know, I was thinking about just making the ball and fall down to the end rail. He's looking at your two-railer now. This shot has to be hit really well here. It's possible, but it's a risky shot. It's a risky shot. That's why there's so much indecision out there on his part, because he knows it has to be hit perfectly in order to come close to the pocket and stick the cue ball there. And even if he does attempt a two-railer, Joe, if he misses it, he's going to leave a return bank, and that's something that he don't want to do.
A cross bank, easy cross bank, or even, it's not impossible to make that 3-ball as a cut.
Well, I don't think he's going to cut the 3 in because he's going to more or less stop the cue ball. This is risky because he's going to leave a return shot here.
So far, so good. He stopped the cue though, and he gave Efren a bank.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did.
Mm-hmm.
He did what he didn't want to do. See, he didn't want to shoot that shot because he knew that it was a very demanding shot. And he had to hit it very accurately. He had to hit it with good speed. But he couldn't hit it with good speed because he had to hold the cue ball. Right. When you have to hold the cue ball, you increase the speed of the shot. That time, okay, he increased the speed of the shot too much. And he let them return back. Could cost him a lot. You know, it's going to end up costing him this game, Joe. He's made 2 mistakes in this game, and I think he's going to end up losing this game, and we're going to have a match here.
Yeah, Shannon didn't follow Joey A's rule. Get ahead, stay ahead.
Of course, that's everybody's rule, isn't it? Why are you going to claim it?
That's it. That's something I claim.
Get ahead, stay ahead. I never thought of that.
Well, it's surprising how many people don't follow it.
Well, that's true. That's true. Okay. What do you do here? I mean, you want to try to win from here, but you know what? It's not really advisable. I think what you really need to do here is put a couple balls out of play, even though there's only 3 on the table. Try to put something out of play. Make Daulton's job a little more difficult to win this game and the match. So if I was him, I would try to probably come off the 1 some way, or make sure that I don't leave him a return shot.
He did what you suggested, but...
Okay, that's good. That's good, okay? Because he didn't leave him anything to shoot at his pocket. So now he's bought a little time to do something productive, either shoot for his pocket or put a ball out of play.
If he shoots at this 1 ball, he's got better vision than I've got, and I've got 20/15 in my right eye.
And less sense, too.
All right, 5:30. Players, your score sheets are I kind of
like kicking the 2 ball here, Joe.
He's looking at this one like he can make it. And I've got a good view of this
like
shot.
Kicking,
I can't believe he's looking at this ball.
I kind of like kicking the 2 ball here, Joe. If he can kick the 2 ball toward his pocket, 2 cushions. I mean, you know, with the cue ball behind, kicking the 2 ball 1 cushion toward his pocket. If he makes it, he can win the game.
You wouldn't risk a little 2-railer on the 2?
No, I would kick it, because that way the cue ball stays right where it is, right around that area.
Well, it leaves a bank on the 1 if the 2 ball, you know, goes funny and hits that back rail. Yeah, I didn't think that was...
Watch out, cue ball. Oh. Well, Reyes is going for this. I mean, that was really unlucky. Really unlucky that the cue ball ended where it did. But you know what? Very, very demanding shot, carries a lot of pressure. Even though Reyes may be the favorite to pocket this ball, with that extra added pressure on this shot, he doesn't have to.
Everything's on the line right here with one ball.
And you know what? If he misses it, he can lose the game because of the way the balls are positioned. And all these things are running through his mind right here.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? He may have to shoot the shot. He don't want to shoot it, but he may have to shoot it. And he was looking to spin it, too, with left-hand English, which actually makes this shot play more difficult. Look, he's spinning it around the 5, trying to get down table with the cue ball. Look.
Oh, my goodness.
Look what he's doing.
Oh,
See?
my goodness.
See what he did with the cue ball?
And hit it.
Watch. Look. You see what he did with the cue ball? See?
Wow.
With the English he used with the cue ball cost him possibly this match.
He was trying to control the white.
Right, that's what he tried to do. And I knew the cue ball was going to go toward that pocket. Even if he would have made the ball, he would have run the risk of scratching. He's in a tough spot.
Oh, my goodness. Not good. Not good.
Wow. That's not the same man we've been watching playing.
No, he played 2 perfect games, and now it's been imperfect. No, he's still in the match. There's he's this is anybody's game.
He's back in the 5, right bound underneath him, right here.
Yeah, try and leave the cue ball on that back rail, I assume.
Right. And he would like to leave the cue ball straight in on the 1.
Yep. Oh my.
No, now Reyes has a decision. He can bank the 5 and draw the cue ball back, but he also can bank the 1 cross corner and spin it 2 cushions.
Billy, what's the dynamics of what's happening here? We saw Shannon play 2 perfect games with such great composure under pressure. He executed shot after shot flawlessly, made no mental errors, made no execution errors, and now he's missing shot after shot. He's making mental errors. What are the dynamics that causes a player to lose that focus in just a matter of a game or 2?
It's pressure. That's what it is. It's pressure. Pressure is a killer. I mean, all the entire match he's done extremely well whenever he's been asked to do it, and under the most difficult situations and most adverse situations he's done well. But this is a different kind of pressure. Now it's winning. I will make this ball, I win. I do this, I win. Okay? Before, I'm playing to win, but I win now. There's a difference between I'm playing to win and I win.
Mm-hmm.
See that shot? You have to get the cue ball on the rail, and you have to get that ball further up the table. You don't want to leave anything simple for your opponent because he can put you back in the same spot. But the 4 ball did land in a pretty tough spot for him, so therefore he can't do it now. Matter of fact, the 5 ball really ended up in a tough spot. Or the 4 ball, I believe.
That's nice. That's a nice shot. Well, I think you said it right at the beginning. No matter who wins this particular game, this has been a real fine match, and this is it has a lot of different looks this game has had, and Efren hasn't played any of his magic yet, and Shannon has shown lots of magic and shown that he's also human and subject to pressure.
Well, you know what? If Reyes is able to win this game, all the pressure then shifts over to Daulton.
Exactly.
If Reyes is able to win this game, all the pressure shifts down over to Daulton.
What a shot there, right on the rail.
Because now Reyes will be breaking in the next game.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can win that game,
now Shannon's
it'll be
thinking, I've got to win this one.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And and another factor is this: if it gets that far, momentum will surely be on Reyes' side going into the final game of the match.
Except for the fact that Shannon's breaking.
Right. That's true. But momentum will still be on Reyes' side, and so will that good feeling. Like, oh, I shouldn't be here, but I fought my way back. And Daulton, on the other hand, was saying, I had this match, and I let it get away to this point. I got to perform here. There's still, there'll be more doubts with Reyes's, I mean, with Shannon than there will be with Reyes.
Absolutely. Got to watch out leaving a 3-rail bank on the 5-ball if he hits it soft. Oh, no, he's not doing that.
Excellent shot. He can't come off the. He got to come off the 1 now. I wouldn't be surprised to see him kick bank the 1 here.
Oh boy, I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him do that. Because I'll tell you why. He can't pocket 1, Joey. If he does that, you know, he can't do that.
And he has to keep the 1 ball in play for himself, because if he takes it out of play, you know, he needs 2 balls. No, yeah. That is the score count, right?
Yeah, he could pocket the 1 then. I thought that he needed 1. But Daulton needs 2 balls, and then he should pocket the 1.
Yeah, the score is 6-7 in favor of Efren Reyes. Reyes leads 7-6.
Exactly. And if he comes off of the 5 ball, then he's making a big mistake. This is a mistake. No question, this is a mistake. This is not the shot. My 40 years of playing 1 pocket, this is not the shot.
Well, he's afraid of, you know, trying to knock the 1 back over on his side. Might get a kiss.
He's got to make the 1.
Well, I thought you said he shouldn't make the 1.
Well, I thought that he needed 1 ball.
Oh, no, he needs 2.
Okay, well, if he needs 2, he's got to make the 1.
If he needs 2 and he makes the 1 ball, he leaves, you know, the option to Efren to shoot that other 5 ball or. Yeah.
No, Reyes is not going to. Reyes needs 1 ball.
Right.
He's not going to put that ball on the table.
Charlie, your score sheet's ready. Table 20. Cliff Joyner.
He kicked at it just like you said.
Yeah, I didn't think he should have done that because he needs both balls. I think he was lucky that it got in a stiff position. I don't think he has a bank here.
No.
I mean, it's really close. You know, strange. He can scratch it down the other end too on this shot, by the way. You know, it was a very difficult shot to shoot. It was almost frozen to the cushion. You know.
Yeah, I don't see how he could shoot that shot.
That's the way he needed to hit the last one.
That's right.
Okay, here we go.
Go down and push that 5 ball a little closer to Shannon's hole.
I believe he's going to have to time. What I would do here, I would go rail first and kick softly at the 1 softly. In between the 1 and 5 with the cue ball, softly.
Moving it over.
Well, that's fine too.
It takes the bank off from the 1.
That's fine too. Yeah.
Can't make a 3-railer with the 5 ball. Shannon's looking desperate. He wants to kick this 3 rails. 2 rails.
He's too close to.
He's just going to knock it that direction, I'm sure. He can't possibly be thinking about kicking this ball in 3 rails. With that follow English, doesn't he risk scratching in the corner pocket?
I don't know what's going to happen with this shot because I've never seen it before. I mean, he's so close to the rail with the cue ball. He really doesn't have the ability to dig deeply behind a 5 because of the position of the cue ball. And for him to expect himself to hit this type of a shot with accuracy and good spin and speed is asking a little bit too much. I think he's better go to the more conservative approach right here.
Bide a little time.
I don't like that shot at all. I don't think it's.
You know, if he keeps nursing the balls towards his hole, eventually he'll have a chance to. Oh, there you go. Eventually he'll have a chance to make one ball and then maybe two and put both of them on the spot.
Now Reyes doesn't want to make a ball here because if he does that, obviously Shannon will then put both balls on the foot spot.
He's got to watch out that he doesn't leave a bank on this 5 ball when he kicks. Oh, or a cross bank on the 1. I'm not shooting it. Shannon's not going to make this ball.
He said, but he kicked his leg up in order to miss the kiss. Did you notice that? It works. It's effective, really.
That's a technique that. Do you teach that technique?
Yeah, it's. I do it all the time, but I always get the kiss.
Well, you got to find out how Shannon is able to execute that.
Okay, we're back at square one where we were a short while ago. Now he almost has to pocket the 1.
No, he can hit the edge of the 1 and move it to his side of the table.
Well, but you better not. You better pocket it.
I wouldn't pocket it. I might move it closer to the hole, but I wouldn't pocket it.
Why?
Well, he needs.
How about now? Reyes might pocket it.
Yeah, Reyes may.
He might pocket it here.
It looks good. I mean, there's no doubt about that. He just should have kept the 1 ball on the side rail.
And watch Reyes pocket it now. I guarantee it's going to be close. I guarantee it's going to be close. Well.
Wow.
See, I like pocketing the 1 there because then he's going to come. See, he's going to come off of the 1 on the foot spot. You need 1 ball. I mean, he needs 2 balls. I mean, he can't do it. You got to put it down by the 5 or the 4, whatever it is.
Well,
that's not going to work.
Shannon has done this before, and he likes to keep that second ball close to the side pocket on this side of the side pocket. He's done this time and time again.
Now this shot has to be hit really well because normally with this angle, this shot comes up short. Well, he made sure it wasn't short. Okay, now Shannon says, now I can maybe make the 5.
Get the cue back on the other side of the table.
Mm-hmm. Because the ball's in a tough position because if he gets the cue ball back, he can't bank the 5 in his pocket.
You better have it on the rail, and he does.
Now, I don't know. See, he can't even bank the 5 to his pocket because of the 1 ball.
I don't know. I'm looking at the angle, and I think that while he can't get it close to his hole.
See, he would like to bank it to his pocket, but the position of the 1 ball may preclude him from doing that. He can't afford to go into the 1. So now he's going to have to do something simple here, So he can't hit the 5 ball or the 4 ball thinly enough to do that. Or maybe he thinks he can. If he can hit it thinly enough to avoid contacting the 1, well, then he could have. He should have just banked it for his pocket.
Right.
Okay, Daulton's got a little bit of a problem here. He may have to kick softly to the 1 or move both balls out here. This is a very difficult shot here. If he's cutting it the other way, yeah, he had to move both balls out.
Well, we've got a moment here where Efren's getting ready to take a shot. We'd like to thank our sponsors for sponsoring this great tournament here at the Galveston World Classic. Predator and Poison Cues, Simonis Cloth, Aramuth Pool Balls, Ashley Furniture, Hertz Rent-A-Car and Inside Pool Magazine, Radio One and Billiard Factory, and ProPool.com. The Stats people, Ron Hoffman, Mike Farron, and Mike Moon. Thanks for all your help, guys, and thank you, sponsors, for all your help. And those of you out there in the internet viewing audience, when you get the opportunity, visit our sponsors' websites and show them a little consideration, and maybe even drop them an email and let them know that you appreciate them providing this free live stream for you.
Daulton shoots these types of shots very well. He likes to spin the ball. He has, uncanny accuracy with spinning the ball. He has to make sure that he didn't scratch on this shot, though.
Made a perfect shot.
Nicely executed shot. Not on the one ball here. And quite frankly, I make it a very close match. I'm very close.
He can make this ball.
No, I don't think he's going to try to make this one.
Shooting this ball.
Where?
The one ball. He's going to cross bank it. I guarantee.
One rail?
One rail.
No chance.
Yes. All right, watch and see.
I don't believe he's going to shoot this ball.
All day long.
Well, I don't.
That cue ball is going to travel back and forth across the table, and
I don't
it's
believe
going to,
this. I don't like this at all.
He wants the win.
I don't like this at all. He's too flat on this ball. He would like to spin it, but if he spins it, he's going toward the side pockets.
I think maybe he's changed his mind.
I think he's too flat. Oh, he's shooting with no English. No English. He could hit it super thin.
He might be shooting at 3 rails.
No, 3 railer.
No,
See,
he shot my 1 railer.
That was a bad shot.
Oh, he jumped.
No, it's a bad shot. It was a bad shot because it wasn't there. You had to spin that shot to make it. You had to get, you had to get that object ball to turn the other way and straighten it out. You see?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you had to straighten that shot out. By shooting it with no English, now he's a big dog. Big dog.
The new cloth, though, the new cloth, the clean balls, a no English shot, it slides off the object ball, doesn't create much friction, doesn't create much friction-induced spin on the one ball, and sends. I think it's a reasonable shot. We just have to agree to disagree.
We disagreed on that shot.
That's no problem. We'll have to talk to Shannon about that shot and let him set it up a couple of times, see if he can fire it in.
Okay,
I like it.
That's good. Playing bang pool, maybe not.
Well, here we are in this match. It's a race to 3, and Shannon leads the match 2-0. The score count is 7-7. This one ball is all that stands in the way of Shannon winning the hot seat.
He'll hit this good.
Oh my goodness! Look at that.
Is that pressure? Looked like he was going to stroke it getting up. But like I said before, whenever he elevates, he really hits balls well, as well as anyone.
Just a technique that he's got that he performs well. Not everyone, most everyone doesn't do that consistently well.
I don't know what he's doing here. I don't like whatever he's doing here. Unless he hits the ball first.
It looks pretty good.
It might be too hard. No, that's all right. Almost too hard. Another rotation and he would have banked it.
Mm-hmm. He's not banking this.
No. He might scratch cross corner if he attempts to bank this.
He's not. He's not banking this, Billy.
I didn't think he was either. But you know what? Sometimes our vantage point is deceiving.
Right.
When you're at the table, you can see shots much more clearly and depict exactly what's available. Obviously, the way. See, he hit it extra thin because he was afraid of scratching cross corner. If you hit that shot a little thickly, you go right in that pocket. And I've done that many times, and I don't know if you have.
Sure.
Have you?
Sure.
Have you? Really?
Sure. Now, on this shot, I do something that's pretty simple and, keeps me in the game from losing the game. And sometimes I'll just hit the one ball towards my pocket, not attempting to make it, and just getting that cue ball to freeze on that back rail.
Well, that's okay, too. But
see, anything can go here. Anything can happen. He's not too fortunate. This might be a bank.
I like kicking that shot the other fashion, hitting the bottom cushion into the ball, sending the cue ball sending the one ball back up table on your side, and then trying to control the cue ball somewhere near Reyes' pocket. And you like just softly getting it into the center of the cushion, repositioning the cue ball up table. That's good, but you're on that scratch angle too, so you've got to be careful about that also.
Sure.
He hasn't given up a shot here.
I don't know.
I don't believe.
I don't know. This is like that one ball down there again.
Well, not exactly.
No, not exactly.
Not exactly.
A little easier.
And a little less risky.
Yeah, he's got about 8 inches of travel of the one ball and only about 5 inches of travel with the cue ball. To get to the rails, to get to the 2 different rails.
You got to control the cue ball here now.
He did, but he had a cut shot here.
He certainly has. Now Reyes will definitely hit this well. This is the type of a shot that mostly all the Asian players, Filipino players, hit well. They cut balls so well.
Is it because they slow down the speed and the spin throws the object ball in the hole? Oh, no spin there. And it falls. Look at this. Wow, we still have a match going on. Yes, you people out there, you are definitely going to have to buy this video.
When you spin balls, okay, it's much more difficult to sight. And that particular shot, I understand the spin aids you in cutting the ball, but also you run the risk of scratching with a spin. It's very difficult to control at certain distances. But the Asian players, for some reason, are able to see the edge of the ball so clearly. At least that's what I feel, because I've watched them all play a lot of times. And they don't need to spin balls to hit them accurately. They can just see the edge and sight it. Now, that was why he shot that shot without spinning it, because he was confident that he could hit the edge of the ball.
Right.
That's a much better break. That's a much better break. So he's got balls positioned on his side of the table on both rails. Balls opened up nicely. Even if Shannon's able to get out of the break, there's a lot of problems to come because of the way the balls are positioned.
I don't know if he can shoot this 3 onto the 13, but he could turn the game around real quick if he can shoot the 313 carom and move the 3 towards his hole. He didn't even try that.
He didn't get where he wanted to go. No, he didn't get where he wanted to go. I don't think it's going to end up costing him. He did tie up the 1-3, though, if that's any consolation. Let's see here. He would like to position cue ball around the side pocket, Daulton's side pocket. If he repositions the cue ball there, Daulton doesn't have an offensive shot of any kind, and he'll probably have some sort of a shot the next time he comes back to the table. Now, Daulton's already shot this shot twice in the match. He's going to float the cue ball down table. No, he didn't do it. He didn't do it.
Well, you got that 8 ball.
Yeah,
move out a little bit, so.
He did that.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Efren kicks at the 8.
Yeah, he's going to have to move the 8. And he'll probably do better if he just kicks at it, staying high. He was like, just kick it to the end rail.
Well.
See, if he kicks it to the end rail, the cue ball will go toward the 1.
Yeah, he didn't like. I don't like that.
I don't know about this shot. I don't know about this shot.
Go behind the 8. He's hoping. Oh, look, he got a lucky roll there. He clipped the 7 and took the 7 bank out of play and took the 10 ball out of bank range too.
But neither one of those 2 balls, the 7 or 10, goes in Reyes' pocket. When they both go in Daulton's pocket.
Yes, but before they were bankable in Shannon's pocket as well as makeable in Shannon's pocket.
Yeah, but it's hard for them to bank them when you have balls in front of your pocket because it takes away the lane.
Right.
But Shannon, Shannon's got a little bit of a problem though. He does have a little bit of a problem. I don't really see much of an escape here. Yeah, he's going to have to do something pretty good.
He's going to skin that 7 ball, and
I don't know if he'll do that because he'll put him right back in trouble. I think he's going to have to try to do something special here. He'll probably leave him a bank on something here.
That's what he did. He took my shot.
Yeah, but he's going to leave him a bank. He's going to bank this in and run out.
Well, I didn't say it was the best shot.
I thought he had to do something special there because it was like one of these pay me now or pay me later shots.
Well, that was just the shot that I figured he would shoot. No, I didn't necessarily say it was the best shot.
No, I was saying, yeah, it was a shot, no question, but it was a kind of a shot that, you like.
No potatoes there.
He was fortunate there because Reyes was a favorite to make that bank.
Shannon's not even worried about that 12. He's looking at trying to pick out a ball out of this group of balls here.
Well, he's going to draw behind the 4, it looks like.
Nice.
Well, he's done a good job there. Reyes sure don't like this. He can't do much but just roll off 12 ball and try to put him behind the 12. Or roll off the 4 and put him behind the 12.
4, yeah.
One or the other.
What about that 13 and put him on that foot rail between the first and middle diamond?
That's a good shot. That's a very good shot. He can do that. Very good shot because he can't make anything from up there, can he?
That 10 ball, if he gets to the second, if he gets to the middle diamond, he can make the 10
no,
ball.
No, I'm talking about just leave the cue ball there where the 13 is. Just leave the cue ball where the 13 is because if he can't make anything from there, then he has to be concerned about protecting them, get rid of that 4 and 12.
Uh-huh. If I hit the 13, I'd hit it with a little speed so that the 13 hits that back rail and, gives me an opportunity to bank the ball at a later date. I might still keep the cue there, but what I'm saying is just loosen that 13 up so that I can bank it. Well, might still be okay.
No, he can kick the 10 here. See, now he's giving him a shot to kick the 10 in, I believe.
I don't think he's going to kick it.
Well, if he can kick it in, he's kicking it in. He can. I don't like Ray. I don't like what Reyes did. That's why I said, I would have left the cue ball somewhere around there. If he can get the kick on the 10, he's kicking it in.
Well, let's see what he does.
No, there's no question he's going to kick it in. He's going to probably end up with a shot on the 7 here. That looks like that's to where the cue ball's going.
Hope it doesn't hit the 12 and scratch. Yeah, I didn't like it.
You know how much of a favorite he was to kick that ball in, Joey?
Well, no, I don't. No, I don't.
I mean,
not on these tables. No.
Big favorite to kick that ball in. Reyes was unhappy with the results of the shot that he didn't want the cue ball to go down that far to give him the ability to do that.
That ball was almost a full ball off from the rail, though, Billy. That wasn't an easy kick. I'm sorry. I don't think it was easy. I don't think he was a big favorite to make that. I mean, if he was not worried about the 4, the 12, the 7, and all that stuff, I'm sure he'd freewheel and make the 10 without much difficulty. But with those balls sitting in front of Efren's hole, I'm sure that put a little extra pressure on him and made him miss it.
You know what, Joe?
Yes.
He had the option to come off the 4 there. Daulton had the option
right.
to come off the 4.
Sure.
Obviously, he felt good about kicking that ball
That's right.
because he wasn't worried about the 4, 7, or the 12 ball because he chose the 10 ball. You know what I mean? If you're going to choose the 10 ball, then you can't be concerned with the 7, 4, and the 12 because that's the choice you made.
Right.
So therefore, if he was concerned about the difficulty of the shot, then he would have came off the 4. You ask him.
Right.
He would like to play. I don't know if he can play position for the bank on that 10 ball next.
You know,
That'll really help him.
Do you find that on these TV tables, with the cloth being very dry from the lights, that the cloth is more slippery than not, than without the TV lights?
Yeah, it's definitely it plays a lot longer.
Right.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah. And that's what happened there. He hit the rail where he normally would hit it, but the cue just slid down the rail before it rebounded from the rail and hit the 10 ball fat.
Yeah, that probably definitely had some factor into the results of that shot. Now that shot, I don't know why he did that because you see he had the ability to run some balls there.
Really?
He could have played position for either the bank or the 7, then played position for the bank, and really got in a good spot to run some balls.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. Now he got himself in trouble.
Squandered opportunity there.
He's gotten himself in trouble here. He'd like to bank to 15, but the angle's not there for him to do that. He may end up banking to 13. See, he can't leave the cue ball down this end of the table because he'll leave the 7 ball bank. He may end up banking the 13 here if that's available. Or maybe just shooting the cue ball up behind there. And that's really the only reasonable place to be looking that way. If the 13's bankable, he may come off the 6 and reposition the cue ball down, but near the end cushion.
Give him another kick on that 10?
Well, I don't think he can kick it because it's the position of the 11 now. See, if he puts him near the pocket down there.
Right, near the pocket.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were talking about him banking the 13 ball.
Yeah, he could do that softly.
I think the cue ball is going to travel.
He's going to 3-rail it. As long as he keeps the cue ball there, takes away that kick angle, now he has to be concerned with the balls on Reyes' side of the table. Because he really can't go after anything offensively here.
Well, this is a great match between Efren Reyes and Shannon Daulton for those of you who are just joining us. And the score right now is 2-1 in favor of Shannon Daulton. And the ball count right now is 2-0 in favor of Mr. Reyes.
What's he doing? He may hit the 7 here and scratch. Is he shooting something?
Yeah, he's shooting something. He just had perfect speed on that.
That was really a dangerous shot.
Mm-hmm.
How much of the 9 can he see? Can he see enough of the 9 to get behind the 2?
I don't think so.
No?
I'm just wondering if he's going to try, caroming off the 5 ball and running into the 2. Or getting behind the 2.
Yeah.
Which is a little risky because if you draw it to the rail too well, you know, you can bump the 2 and then wind up scratching the boot.
Yeah, that's possible. Is he going to bank the 1 into the 5? Can he do that and go up table?
Yeah, no, that's a distinct possibility. Or bank the 1 into the 6, and you know, carry him off from the 6 into the, and the 1 goes into the 5 that way too. Because I don't think that he can bank the 1 into the 5 directly, because the 8 ball's kind of protecting that.
I think he better just control and bank the 1. And what's he doing? He's come out with 9?
Can't tell. Oh,
yeah, come out with 9.
Yeah, we just couldn't see that he could get to that ball that way.
Now look, the 2 is dead now. Now the 2 is dead. Wow, he's really in trouble. Reyes is really in trouble here. If he can see that 5 and go up table, it's all over.
Well, this is one of the best matches of the tournament that I've seen, filled with lots of drama, lots of great play, a little back-breaking pressure, and Shannon looks like he's taking a break. Well, it's been a pretty lengthy match, and quite fun for me. I'm glad to be in the booth with you today, Billy, and you've shared a lot of great tips and information with me and the rest of the internet viewers, and I'll be taking this to the table with me after this tournament for sure.
I'll tell you what, Daulton's really played some intelligent shots and well thought out shots. You know, I mean, some real nice stuff here.
Yeah, Billy. What about that story that you were telling about Efren Reyes? The last I remember, you were telling me that Jim Rempe was saying, well, you know, he was commenting about the prowess of Cesar Morales, and so how about picking it up from there and telling us where we go from there?
Yeah, anyway, when Efren Reyes first came into the United States, he played in a tournament in Houston, Texas, which is only 35, 40 miles from Galveston. Played in a billiard room called Reds, which is a very popular, you know, in prestigious room here in the Houston area.
Absolutely.
Years ago, used to. That's where they had all the action and all the tournaments and all the pro tournaments. And Reyes came in under the name of Cesar Morales. And I was in Las Vegas at the time, living in Las Vegas. I wasn't playing much pool. I was doing a lot with the sports, you know, and stuff like that. But not playing much pool, but I still was in touch with what was happening in the pool world. So I heard about a fellow by the name of Cesar Morales playing in the Reds tournament in Houston, Texas. So I was able to stay in touch with some players who would give me updates of what was happening.
Right.
So I was talking to Jim Rempe one day, and I asked him. Jim Rempe was at the tournament where Cesar Morales, Efren Reyes, was playing. And I said, what is happening down there with the Cesar Morales guy? I hear he's beating everyone he's playing. He's winning the tournament. I mean, exactly what's happening. Cesar Morales? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, Jim Rempe said to me, you know, he's nothing special. He's got an old pump stroke. You know, I don't really see anything special about the guy's play. He just happens to be, you know, he's winning, yeah, but nothing special. So, you know, I took it for what Rempe said.
This is when King James was playing well, too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. You know, and so I believe Rempe because he's an intelligent guy, you know, and I felt that he was quite capable of judging someone's speed.
Sure.
So I just took it for on his word, you know.
Right.
So about 2 weeks later, I was at home, and I get a phone call. And a fella from the pool room says, hey, there's a guy down here that wants to play some pool. He's, you know, a Spanish, Asian-looking kind of a guy, you know, and he says he'll play anybody wants to play. So I knew it was Cesar Morales.
Sure.
All right? So I says to myself, wow, this is perfect. I says, I know who he is, and he doesn't know who I am. So I said, okay, I'll be right down. So I went to the pool room, and I walked into the pool room, and I went up to him. I said, yeah, I'll play you some. I said, but you're a pretty good player, I hear, because you were down there at Red's tournament, and he told me a lot about you. So I said, I'll play with a handicap. And he says, what do you want? I said, he wanted to play 10 ball. So I said, I'll take the 7 and 10, playing 10 ball. So he said, okay.
What kind of stakes?
I'll get to that.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry to get ahead of the story.
Okay.
I'm excited, though.
Well,
This is the first time I've heard this one.
okay. So anyways, I said, okay, we'll play some 10 ball. I'll take the 7 and 10 playing some 10 ball, and I'll race you like to 11 for 2,000.
Ah.
So he says, okay. So I said to myself, well, he's very accommodating,
He's just giving that money away.
Yeah. So I said, what I'm going to do? I said, I really can't show this guy how well I play. So when we're playing, I'm going to have to stall a little bit.
There you go.
That's
right.
So he breaks the balls in game number 1, and I get a shot. I run a couple balls, and I said, you know what, Bill? I'm thinking this to myself, by the way. I say, you know what, Bill? You can't run out here because obviously if you run out here, the guy's he's probably going to quit you, and I don't blame him.
Healthy ego there.
Right. So, well, Joey, I was so accustomed to playing people that knew how well I played, and it was very difficult for me to get a game. But I wasn't playing much pool at the time. I had a problem with my back. I hurt it real bad, and I hadn't played much pool, and I was doing a lot with the sports. But nevertheless, I still thought I could play.
Sure.
Because I've always been able to play.
Absolutely.
So therefore, I decided I would stall.
Right.
So I missed the 5 ball, and he ran out.
Right.
So he broke the balls, playing 10 ball. He made a ball, and he ran out. And so I'm saying to myself, well, this guy can really play,
He can play.
So I got a shot now, right? The next game. So now I said to myself, I'm going to have to try to win this game because it's a race, to 10. I really can't afford to fall too far behind, and I'll probably lose. So I'm going to try to run out, at least to make it, closer.
Right.
So I couldn't run out because I really overestimated my ability at that time. Plus, I was under a little pressure because he hadn't missed yet.
There you go.
Okay.
Right.
So he ran out again.
Aye.
Now, that's 3 straight times he had an opportunity, and he ran out every time.
Right.
So now, after I'm trailing 3-0, I said to myself, whoa, what did I get myself into, So the next game, I played a real good safety, and he kicked the ball in and run out. And I said, this lucky guy. I said, I just can't believe what's happening to me here. But I observe it because I haven't been playing much, but I'm still going to beat him.
There you go.
Okay, I still had confidence. Okay? So he beat me 11-2 or 10-2, whatever it was, okay? So I said, wow. I was forced to play another set because I'm who I am, and I got a little gamble. So I played him another set, and he beat me like 10-3. Oh, my God. So I said, well, this is enough of this. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to play you some 9 ball. Forget about this 10 ball, okay? I'll take the 8 and the break, and I'll play you some 9 ball. He said, okay. So I played on this table that Reyes is looking up at us now. I played on this table that the balls really didn't break well. So he ended up just crucifying me.
Oh, gee.
So he beat me for I don't know, about 20,000. Playing 9 ball and the 10 ball. So what I did, that table had like a worn cloth. All right? And I said to him, you know what? I said, tomorrow I'll play you some more, but I'll play you on the other table. But my problem was that the other table had bigger pockets, but it had a worn cloth. So he said, okay. So that night I had a cloth taken off of another table. It was a nice cloth, but not brand new, but it was a nice cloth with good speed. I had that cloth taken off that table, put on the table that he said he would play me on with the big pockets.
Oh.
And the next day he came back in, And I'll tell you what happened to that later on because Shannon's back at the table.
Oh my goodness! Oh, Billy knows how to put the suspense into a story. All right, Billy.
But you're up to date with me. What's happened so far?
I've got to remember about the cloth. The new cloth's going on the table.
It's still good.
Or the new old cloth.
Yeah, it's still going to be a real good story. The next half is going to be a good story.
You viewers out there, stay tuned.
Right, yeah. Back at the table. Yeah, he's Reyes. That is in a load of trouble right now.
Yeah, that 2 balls wired.
But Reyes took a break, didn't he? So let's try to finish more of the story. I don't think we'll have enough time to finish the whole thing.
Yeah.
But anyways, I put that cloth on the table with the big pockets.
Right.
So Reyes came back in the next day, and he hadn't noticed that I changed the cloth yet. So I said to him, I'm going to take the 8 in the break, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 4 games on the wire with the 8 in the break, race to 21. So he says, no. I can't get 4 games on the wire. So I said, okay, I'll take 3 games on the wire, race to 21, okay, for $10,000, right? So he said, okay. Then he went over there, looked at the table, and he said, oh, not the same table. And I said, are you afraid to win this money? Are you really afraid to win this money? So I unscrewed my stick, and he said, okay, let's play. Every time I broke the balls, I made 2 or 3 balls on the break.
Oh, sweet.
Okay? He didn't have a chance.
Oh,
I beat him like 21-4.
Oh, babe.
He never had a chance. Never had a chance, right? So I got $10,000 of my money back, but the story's not over. Dalton's back at the table.
All right. Here we go. And just to update the fans out there, the score is 2-1 in the match. And in this game, Efren Reyes leads the game 2-0.
Looks like he's playing something here.
It looks like it. Very fine shot.
2-1 in favor of Reyes. Ball count at this point, but it doesn't look like it's going to stay that way.
Well, the balls have spread so well. If Shannon can get that cue ball to go between the 5 and the 14, it's Katie bar the door.
That's the way I see it as well, Joe. This shot has to be hit accurately. Big shot coming up for Daulton. Bigger for Reyes. Excellent
Perfect.
Execution.
Yeah, it's just pick them off one at a time, and don't let up on the shot. Don't give every shot the same amount of respect, even though they're just sitting out there like ducks on a pond. You got to pay attention and just execute the shot.
Excellent point. I was going to say this is the type of layout you'd like to be at the table with, wouldn't you?
Whiz, I'll tell you what, I'd give anything to be playing Efren and have this layout. Of course, I'd probably dog that first ball.
This is such a beautiful situation, leading 2-1 against Reyes in a race to be for the hot seat of the tournament.
Man, it's like there's no place on the table that you could possibly get out of line. And yet, this professional is taking his time and looking at every option that's available to him.
See, he wants to get rid of the 1 ball because that's the ball that's blocking the pocket for the 15. And he also had the 7 ball for insurance ball if he doesn't get the angle that he's on the 1. Like this. No, he's overshot position for the 1. Now he has the 11 or the 7. I expect him to, I don't know. I expect him to shoot the 11-14 or 11-5. I like to shoot the 11-14. 11-14, then get on the 1 or the 7-1. That's the way I would attack it. I don't play position for the 5. You can get in trouble playing position for the 5 here.
Shooting the 7.
He's going to shoot the 7. I don't know. Yeah. And he's going forward, which is really
I wouldn't do that.
Another risky thing here. I don't know about this.
Well, I wouldn't have done
that. I don't know. Okay.
You got it.
Okay. And he's got a nice angle on the 14 to play position for the 1. But he could play position for the 11 too by drawing it.
Why didn't he just draw that 7 ball, back to make the 15 or the 1?
Well, the 15 doesn't pass. That's the problem.
Oh, okay. I'm just not looking at the shot that carefully. He's looking at it now.
He's looking to see if the 11 passes. I think the 11 does pass.
He's going for the 1, though. Well,
Oh, he's going to shoot the 1 now. He didn't like it, but he wanted to play for the 11. Now he's going to have to draw the cue ball back, and that's not. He didn't want to do this.
Right.
He didn't want to do this. Now he's looking at the 11 again. So he's saying to himself, what do I do? Well, maybe I'll shoot the 1 and bank to 5.
Well, he doesn't rotate behind the 8 with a big power shot. You know, sometimes a little adrenaline will kick in and a little extra spin, and almost, he's straight back.
Or run into the 15.
Ooh.
Sometimes when you draw the ball, you hit a little bit off, and the cue ball comes back on a different angle, goes into a ball you didn't expect, or goes into a ball you don't want to go into, and end up stopping your run.
Right.
Yeah.
None of that here.
No, he had hit the ball accurately. That's what he did with a nice stroke. He didn't allow anything to interfere with his thought process there.
It's 2 balls for Shannon to take the hot seat. All he's got to do is make the next 2 balls, and Shannon wins this match and the hot seat. The score is 2-1. Ball count is 6-2 in favor of Shannon Daulton.
He'll roll this in, one cushion. He don't like it. And the reason he don't like it because he likes his ability to pocket the 15 more so than the 11.
Going to shoot the 5 next or what?
Probably. He wants to get in the 1 hole.
Oh, my God.
He just jumped up on that shot.
Oh, my God.
That was the win. That was the win. That's the pressure I was talking about before.
He got lucky that he didn't leave Efren a bank on the 15.
He opted to shoot the 15 opposed to the 11 because it was an easier shot to pocket.
Right. No such thing as an easy shot when the pressure of the whole match is on the line.
Well, you know, it's all perception. You know,
sure is.
How you perceive things. Evidently, he didn't perceive that situation as a positive. He just,
right.
Perception is reality, and he made it like bad for himself. The correct shot was the 15, but look
at this.
The correct shot was the 15.
He's cutting this 15 ball in.
And well, he's going to take a good look at it. I'll tell you that.
He didn't like missing that ball. He's cutting this ball.
He's going to take a good look at it, but you know what? He better regroup and make sure he chooses the right shot, because you do not want to make a mistake right now and literally give Reyes this game, because then Reyes will definitely have all the momentum and you'll be feeling real badly about what happened and what you did to yourself.
I wouldn't cross bank the 5, would you?
It's a risky shot because you're going to have to do a lot of traveling with the cue ball.
Might hit the 15.
Well, I'd be worried about the cue. I'm worried the cue ball. That's what I would play. I'd play cue ball here. I'd play good speed with the 5, and play cue ball down behind all those balls. Oh, he played the win.
Right in the hole. Right in the hole.
He played the win, and he will make this ball. Matter of fact,
what a match!
That shot.
What a match! Full of suspense.
I'd say that Shannon started out playing as well as I've seen anyone play one pocket, making some of the most difficult shots at crucial times. I thought he played extremely well. He got a little weak at the end of the match, but you know what? That's to be expected sometimes. You know, it's not easy to beat Reyes, and it's not easy to beat him in this type of a position. You know?
Sure. Yeah, and the balls were situated such that he was already thinking that he had won the match and won the game, and he's in the hot seat, and he's thinking in the future instead of in the present. That's the only reason that he missed the shot. So we've got an interview coming up either with Christine De La Garza or Jessica Barton. We'll see which one comes out to interview the players. Yeah. Christine De La Garza.
I'll finish that story if you want me to.
Yes, indeed. I'd love to hear it. Oh, absolutely. And so, better be quick because they're going to start.
Okay, so anyways, like I said, I won about $10,000 of my money back, and I was only stuck about $10,000 at the time. And we tried to make another game, but we couldn't get together because he wasn't going to give me what I wanted, because I knew how well he played at that point. Mm-hmm. And I was happy just getting that kind of money back.
Sure.
So he left.
Oh.
So I called up Jim Rimpey. Okay?
Right.
And I said, Rimpey, Remember I called you and I asked you about that guy down there? And you said he didn't say anything special. He had that old pump stroke. I said that pump stroke was badly misinterpreted. He don't have a pump stroke. He's playing the violin.
He was playing sweet music.
Yeah, he was playing the violin. He wasn't pumping nothing.
That's a great story. I loved it.
Yeah.
I hope the fans out there enjoyed it. And
Well, anyways, Joey, it's been a pleasure, really.
Billy,
it was a while before we got together, but we got together in a great match.
match.
It was really a pleasure.
It was well worth the wait. I couldn't have picked a better match for us to be together and do commentary on this match.
Christina De La Garza here with Shannon Daulton, who just defeated Efren Reyes, the magician. You said before this match that you thought Efren maybe had a little bit of an advantage coming into it because he'd played on this table several times. What are you thinking now?
It's pretty obvious. I mean, it was obvious how incredible I was. I'm actually surprised my speed and stuff was as good as it was, but a few little key shots when I was ahead 2-0, there's twice that, I feel like if it had been over in the other tables, that I wouldn't have even hesitated because I second-guessed myself on this cloth. And both times I second-guessed myself, I got out of line and didn't get out. I wish I could have had those. If any 2 shots I could have had back was when the score was 2-0.
Yeah, I know you mentioned that the cloth and the table plays a little bit differently. How much different is going from the red circle cue ball to the measle cue ball over on this table?
It's all just daylight and dark. You're a good player. The red circle is, real light and almost even like smaller. When you come over here, we've been playing over there all week with the red circle ball, and you come over here to the measle ball, which I like the measle ball, but it's a matter of being used to it and playing with it a lot. You know what I mean? It's just a big difference to when you've played 10 or 15 matches over here, and now you come over here, the table's drier, the measle ball, just everything. It's a lot different.
Okay, great. Well, you also had mentioned something, or actually the second game, you had a chance to close out the match, and I think the third game. You were talking to me about that a second ago. What were you thinking on that last shot? I think there was the shot where you tried to bank I think you missed 2 banks on the one ball right at the very end. There was one where it was way down table and you tried to do the back bank, and it was kind of a similar shot.
Was right here, and I tried to really thin it.
Yes,
long rail bang it.
Was there another shot you were thinking about doing?
There's a 3-railer, but the reason I wanted it, I shoot that shot pretty good. I didn't hit it. I didn't hit that particular one good, but I usually shoot that shot pretty good. The reason I didn't, the 3-railer was a safe shot, but it wouldn't go. The best I could do is just get it short, and I know he's just going to knock it back up here. And I've played this guy so many times and know that if you've got a shot that you feel like that you can pretty well that you're not going to sell out, but if you've got a chance to win the game versus playing safe, you've got to shoot to beat that guy there. I mean, you can't, because he's not going to make the mistakes generally to give you the opportunities. You know what I'm saying? You've got to beat him. He's not going to beat himself.
Okay. Well, how many times, you mentioned you've played him several times. When is the last time that you've played him? Has it been recently?
I played him year before last at the Derby City. Actually, I played him and Jose first 2 rounds in the one pocket year before last and lost 3-2, 3-2 to both of them. But I mean, he's a phenomenal player, and we've played many times over the years, and I'm pretty comfortable playing him. He didn't really show there when I protected myself and missed that straight ball. I have no idea. I guess that's just nerves. That's all you can say about it. I don't compete a lot anymore. I still love to compete, but we just we got to get some good events and stuff like this on where you can make a living playing pool.
Well, you have the day off tomorrow. The finals is going to be 2 days from now. What are you going to do with your day tomorrow?
Well, right now I've got to go play 4 consecutive 8-ball matches and 3 tomorrow. So other than that and sleep, I'd say that'll be about it.
You still have 4 tonight?
4. I think that's what they said. I've got to play every round from now till it's over with because this took up 2 of the matches.
Well, maybe you'll be just still in stroke by then.
I'd say by the time I go to bed at night, I'll dream about pool. Yeah, I'd say that's correct.
Well, congratulations and good luck, and we'll see you again here in a couple days.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Stay tuned, guys. At 7 o'clock, we're going to have the women's semifinal match, Utah versus Lena Shorsvik. And following that, the winner will play Allison Fisher on this table. So stay tuned. Thanks.
Well, again, Billy, thanks very much for.
I think Shannon wants to come up here.
Oh.
He wants
to come tell us a little story?
Sure, he wants to come up
here.
here.
Talk about that 10-ball? Invite him on up.
Oh, that 10-ball kick? Oh,
yeah.
Forget about it, Joey. Trust me, he shot that shot. He liked that shot.
That cue ball slid.